Hey everybody, it's Rockula, and welcome back to Rockula Retrospective. Well, Season 5 of The Walking Dead is over, and we're all going through withdrawals about a week or two afterwards. And I just wanted to look back on Season 5 and talk about the things that happened. They're not necessarily going to be the things that happened in Season 5. They're going to be the things that happened while I reviewed Season 5. But first, let me give you just a little brief history on my whole zombie movie obsession. When I was about 10 or 12, I saw Night of the Living Dead, and it scared the piss out of me. And I've really been into zombie movies more than any other kind of horror genre. Slasher movies, vampire movies, all of that supernatural stuff. I think one of the reasons why I find zombies so appealing, and why most people do, is that it represents the breakdown of society. You know, with other movies, it's like the slasher versus the victim. But here we have massive amounts of tragedies happening on a global scale. It's an epidemic, and it's the breakdown of civilization. And the stories that come out of that are the people who are trying to adapt and survive to an entire new world. And that's where we come into The Walking Dead as a TV series versus just a regular zombie movie, because not even the longest zombie movie can tell you about all the things that you got to worry about after the zombie apocalypse. You know, all the movies are more focused on run, shoot, survive the night, but they don't really get a chance to address what happens in the long term like The Walking Dead does. And The Walking Dead has the chance to bring up the big ultimate question that everybody asks about the zombie apocalypse, and that is surviving worth all the suffering? So that's, I think, really the reason why zombies are way more popular than any other type of horror genre. So let's get to the season's reviews. Now, I had a lot of ups and some downs in this season, and I just want to get the downs out of the way. The biggest downer of them all is getting YouTube copyright strikes. 2 of them. For content having to do with The Walking Dead. My first one, if you remember, was we tried an experiment where I did a live reaction to the Talking Dead, not even The Walking Dead, but The Talking Dead, and it got me a copyright strike. No questions asked, no chance to take it down, nothing. Then my second copyright strike came after I did a series of mashups of each episode. Now, I thought I was safe because I was using incredibly short clips, and most of them were either sped up, slowed down, or reversed. But looks like somebody told me that AMC and the like now have a tone in their footage that you can't hear, that they can. It's kind of like, if you remember back in the tape days, there were little tones that they put in between the songs that would make the tape head stop. Evidently, that's what's going on now, but. So I did a whole bunch of mashups all the way up to like episode 10, and that's when I got my copyright strike. And I'm telling you, it just really made me want to stop reviewing The Walking Dead. I mean, I got kind of bitter, and it just doesn't seem like that's a fair thing to do. So this is the point where I want to step up on my soapbox for a second and talk about YouTubers and their use of copyright and intellectual property. Excuse me. Now, first of all, I just wanted to say that, yeah, AMC should have the right to go after people that are posting entire episodes of their show. I mean, you know, that is eating into their revenue stream, all of that shit. But what I think is really screwed up is when you do a review of the show, or you do some kind of like mix like I did, and they pop you for it. And, you know, right now I'm going to have a 15-minute content limit for about a year just because of 2 strikes, because they put them one after the other instead of 6 months after the strike. So, yeah, AMC should and have the right to take down all of the stuff where people are posting full episodes. But what I think is the biggest mistake that all of these giant global corporations that own 15 million entertainment industry, like studios. They own everything. I think that what we do as reviewers does nothing but promote your product for free, right? And I'm telling you, I do this because I love it and I want to become a better multimedia artist. I'm not here to become a professional YouTuber and live off of the money that I make off of YouTube. Just wanted to grow and get more exposure. This is more of a tool than a job. So basically, I just wanted to say, quit cracking down on your copyrights and quit screwing people over for celebrating something that you want them to celebrate. So the second negative thing is that by the end of the season, man, I was really starting to get worn out. So here are the other positive points of reviewing this season. One, I developed a much better rapport with the camera, but I need to fill you in on some of the things about what I do when I make these episodes. First of all, I have to write a script, and that takes forever. And then I put it over here on this laptop right here until I get it together to build a teleprompter. But, I keep this just out of range of the camera, and that's why you see me moving around so much, is because I'm catching glimpses of the laptop. I need this script because my mind moves a lot faster than my mouth, and I tend to stumble over words and get lost and forget what I'm thinking. You've seen me do this already like 3 or 4 times. My friend Meat Pie's like, what are you, Commander Data? Can you not use contractions? But contractions are the big thing that make me stumble. So if you see me over-enunciating or slowing down, that's because I'm about to trip over my own tongue. All right, so this very last part, I want to get into the thank yous for the people who participated in my channel the most. Now, I've got 2 viewers that have been commenting mostly over this season. First one is the original, which is Olivella 0513, and I'm still waiting to see you put out some videos. And 2 was Jose Manuel. Those guys have been consistently contributing to this channel, asking questions, making statements for the whole time, and I really thank you guys for doing that. Here are the people that I watch for reviews, and I also, kind of steal ideas from them. First, you got Make a Path Presents. He's kind of, I like him too, because he doesn't just sound like a guy sitting there going, and this is what happened next week on The Walking Dead. He puts his, he's a lot more articulate, but he's still relaxed, and he puts together a lot of great ideas, and I've stolen some ideas from him. You've got Kev Says So, who is a little bit, he's kind of in between the professional wooden guys and the guy from Make a Path. We got Behind the Mask Presents, who are my, how shall you say, your jaded guys that are more interested in story than just getting lost in it. And I love going back and forth over them because they don't like anything. You got Meg Stansfield, who I've been watching, and she's one of my Veda buddies. You got Raw Wrist, and then a couple of people who left during the middle of the season, Los Lobos Negros and Shannon Toohey. What happened to you guys? But we have to save last but certainly least, we've got 2 dead girls. Now, 2 dead girls have been my Walking Dead buddies ever since I started reviewing in the middle of season 4. And especially Jessica. Above all people, I like 2 dead girls, but Jessica, you are my top one, the top of the list Walking Dead buddy. And I want to say personally to you, thank you very much for participating so much in my season. It's pretty much the one thing that's kept me going throughout this entire season. So what's the future? Going to do a bunch of other stuff. I've got my Vita 30 bands in 30 days thing going. Going to be releasing a lot more videos in the future and coming back for next season of The Walking Dead. All right, my time's just about up. I'm Rockula, and this is Rockula Retrospective.